I brought a beer to drink with you. I'll drink this non-alcoholic beer with you because I'm not allowed to drink.
Oh my God, it's getting more cringe.
And I promise you, this is not alcohol-free beer down here.
Yeah, because only and F-slurs drink alcohol-free, you know what I'm saying?
No, and by the way, the one I have right after the show won't be alcohol-free either. And it makes
yeah, because again, yeah, I'm not gay. Yeah, definitely not gay. No, I like to have intercourse with women. Yeah, I put my penis inside women. Yeah, so that's why I want alcohol in there.
Look, Eric,
tell us about it.
It is nuts. Number one, why the hell does Biden have an alcohol czar? We don't need czars in the United States. But number two, what is it with liberals that want to control every damn aspect of your life? Biden came in, one of the first things they wanted to do was ban gas stoves. New York State has now done that for new construction. They're trying to go after and regulate ceiling fans. I got to tell you, it's hot in Texas. We don't want to get rid of our ceiling fans. And now these idiots have come out and said, drink 2 beers a week. That's their guideline. Well, I got to tell you, if they want us to drink 2 beers a week, frankly, they can kiss my ass.
Oh man, how do you make a layup like this so cringe? So goddamn, this got to be the easiest thing in the fucking world. It's like, hey, do you want to do a kind of like call Biden out for the beer thing? Yeah, that one's easy. Everyone loves beer. Yeah, how do we do it? I don't know. I'll be a tough guy. Tough guy will play well, right?
No.
And everyone... I like beer. I still like beer. Do you remember when Kavanaugh almost fucking cried over beer? It's like, sir, this is less about your beer and more about your sexual assault. He's like, I will not apologize. I like beer. I still like beer. I love beer. By the way, I too love beer, alright? I think beer is fucking, it's the nectar of the gods. It's absolutely delicious. I love how different beer can be, and there's a variety of different beers. And I haven't been drinking for the last couple months, so I particularly miss beer a lot right now. Beer is absolutely fucking fantastic. There's nothing wrong with, you know, scientists doing research on the things we do and being like, hey, so just so you know, technically, it's poison. Alcohol, that is. Yeah, technically. Now, don't get me wrong. It's fun as fuck. Yeah, alcohol. Whoo! It is fucking fun, alright? I love after that, like, 2.5 when you get into the sweet spot where you got that really inflated sense of self-esteem, you know? I don't have it right now, as you can tell. I'm lacking it, and I'm quite awkward. But after that 2.5 beer, oh man, yeah, right in that sweet spot, you're just like, oh yeah, I can talk about myself for hours now. This is great. Life is good. I'm not trying to take that away from anyone, and I don't think the Biden administration is either. Neither is any fucking health and safety standards here in Canada. But similar thing happened in Canada. They released information that they're like, well, based on our research, it's not safe to consume this product on a regular basis. It's just not. It is quite literally a poison. So you can consume it, but just know that it's a class 5 carcinogen. It can have a lot of effects on the body. It can cause, you know, problems, cirrhosis of the liver, addiction, and not to mention violence. A lot of violence. I mean, it is pretty wild that the most pervasive drug in society is also the most destructive. Like, have you looked at those charts where they go through all the drugs, like one after the other? And it's like, well, yeah, Molly is not even in the top, like, 10. And you're like, wait, what? I always heard that, like, ecstasy is going to drain your spinal fluid and it, like, kills people and shit. Like, it's nah, you just basically tell everyone you love them, and yeah, and you'll have hangovers for sure. You'll feel kind of like spaced out and disoriented the next day. But when it comes down to it, Molly doesn't really. You don't have a lot of people doing lots of M and then suddenly like abusing their spouses or smashing cars into trees kind of situation like you do with alcohol. Woof, alcohol's involved in a lot of domestic violence. So yeah, there's a big problem there. You know, if you look at all the destructive drugs, and even the ones that you would assume are like the worst of the worst, alcohol still ranks amongst the top ones. And again, I say all this as someone who doesn't want to take away your booze. I'll never do that, all right? I'm never going to be the person who takes away your booze, even if I'm not drinking right now and I miss it. I do love some beers. You know, and I love how, like, you know, we've had all these small craft beers that are coming out now. You can get these sours, and they've got all these weird, amazing fruital aromas and stuff like that. And I like that all the way over to the IPAs. Yes, even the heavy IPAs have their place. They can be fucking scrumptiously delicious. I don't want to take away people's beer, and no one else does. There's also nothing wrong with learning that it's bad for you. That's it. It's not good for you, but that's fine. A lot of things I love are not good for me. Hey, I'm not trying to take away your Popeyes, okay? I just got a Popeyes in Vancouver, and holy fuck, that shit is my kryptonite. Really, I try to do my best. I try to eat like vegetarian the majority of the time because I understand and agree with all of the arguments. It's inhumane, factory farms are cruel as fuck, it's bad for the environment, all of that shit. I agree with you, but goddamn if extra crispy and extra spicy is not the greatest thing in the world. You know, I guess that 5 minutes, just 5 minutes, yes, that's all it takes to be able to fucking empty a fucking bucket, you know, kind of style. That 5 minutes is just a little bit of satisfaction. And then I also understand and sympathize in some people's lives, hey, the world is fucked, it's getting hard, it's getting worse. I don't want to take away the one thing that makes you happy. I used to be really surprised when I was really young, like a kid, and I saw that South Park episode where they went after Rob Reiner for trying to get people to stop smoking. And at that time, I was a kid who like hated the fact that his sister smoked, and I was always just like, cigarettes kill you, cigarettes are the devil, don't smoke cigarettes. And they are bad for you, and they do kill you. And honestly, in terms of like risk reward, in terms of what you get back from a drug, it's not really that great. It's like, ooh, you get a mild buzz and then super high rates of addiction. Fine, cigarettes suck. But the very act of taking them away from everybody, why? For some people, you know, like when I worked construction, there was a lot of construction workers, that was one of the highlights, was being able to take breaks where you just fucking hack a butt and then you get to come back and then, yeah, you have a little conversation. Same thing with the restaurant industry. So many people worked in the restaurant industry. I was a dishwasher for a while. Just want to go hack a butt for a little while. Get 5 minutes off the day, you know, you take a couple more of those, you start to get a lot of time away from your work and your boss. Whatever the case, like, why am I going to be the one to take that away from everybody, even though it's deadly and bad and unhealthy and causes cancer and all this stuff? Same thing with booze. It's deadly, it's bad, it causes weight gain, it causes fucking a whole host of problems, but that's not, like, wrong if you know about it. That's it. If you learn about it and you're like, okay, that's all that's happening. You don't have to posture, you know?
Oh, okay. Senator, I brought a beer to drink with you. I'll drink this non-alcoholic beer with you because I'm not allowed to drink
Oh my god, it's getting more cringe.
On camera, but...
You could have done an apple juice then, sir. That's what I posit. I'm not allowed to drink technically on camera right now, so I'm just gonna say I've got myself a nice little juice box just to show how fucking hard I am. Ooh, yeah, fuck the libs. Am I right?
I'll have a sip in the meantime.
Well, look, I gotta say, have you ever seen a brand do more damage to itself than Bud Light, which single-handedly seemed to destroy themselves? So I'm glad you're not drinking a Bud Light. Personally,
not provoked at all. Again, Dylan Mulvaney making yet another appearance. I want to show y'all something. Of the Babylon Bee, Ashley St. Clair, Republicans, I am begging you to end your obsession with Dylan Mulvaney, please. And yeah, it's been 151 days since Bud Light sent Dylan Mulvaney a beer can with her face on it. And that was it. That was the whole fucking, that was the campaign. That was, you know, one fucking social media influencer style post. And fuck Bud Light, by the way. Bud Light did not help Dylan Mulvaney at all when Dylan Mulvaney suddenly became the centerpiece of all of this anger and hatred, and you had all these weirdos like fucking Kid Rock being like, Grandpa's feeling frisky, yeah, gotta go fuck me, Bud Light, and all this weird shit like that. They didn't do shit all. They just like fucking, they were like, yeah, well, that's too bad. We'll move on. This will go away. This one, yeah, no way the Republicans are going to stay this obsessed with it. Even Kid Rock thought that, because Kid Rock went to drinking Bud Light again, right? There's photos of him now still drinking Bud Light. He likes his Bud Light. What can I say? I mean, he likes drinking piss. Why are y'all so obsessed? You know?
Clean up your room.
Like, it's just not, it's not normal. It's really not.
I'm fond of Shiner Bock, which is a good Texas brand. I've been to the Shiner Brewery.
I love that. You know, he showed up and he's like, okay, so what do y'all drink around these parts? What's it called? Shiner Bock? Okay, all right, so get me one of those, one of them beers, the Shiner Bock. Make sure they know that I drink the local Texas beer. Just got to remember it. Shiner Bock, yeah, best beer in Texas, I reckon.
In Shiner, Texas, and I recommend it, and I promise you this is not alcohol-free beer down here.
Yeah, because only pussies and F-slurs fucking drink alcohol-free, you know what I'm saying?
No, and by the way, the one I have right after the show won't be alcohol-free either. And it makes
yeah, because again, yeah, I'm not gay. Yeah, definitely not gay. No, I like to have intercourse with women. Yeah, I put my penis inside women. Yeah, so that's why I want alcohol in there. I'm gonna move on. Marjorie Taylor Greene pounces after McConnell goes catatonic. Quote, not fit for office. Broken clocks all over the place. Saw Charlie Kirk do the same thing. You know, I was actually gonna make a meme. I was gonna take the broken, like the worst person you know guy, and then just like shrink his face and repost that as a meme. Thought it was low tier, but whatever. Easy, you know, low tier, small face, hanging fruit. But both of them made posts. Same thing with Charlie Kirk. Charlie Kirk is Mitch McConnell's not fit to serve. Now, the reason they want that is because they want the old guard out, because they don't like the rhinos. That's their whole thing. They're not actually looking at the amount of work that fucking Marjorie Taylor Greene, you could only hope to achieve some of the evil that fucking Mitch McConnell has achieved. You fucking, yeah. It's like, what have you really pulled off? Well, I impeached Biden. No, you didn't. Well, I introduced an article to impeach Biden. No, you didn't. That was Lone Burbert. Now that bitch stole it from me. I'm the one who impeached Biden. Here's a new article. We're going to impeach him. Yeah, but you've never, like, Mitch McConnell, fuck, that's a Machiavellian motherfucker. That dude, he gets results, all right? He's straight taking the fucking healthcare out of fucking seniors' hands. That guy, he knows what he's doing. You're just an anti-Semite, and you make lots of noise. That's about it, right? What are your thoughts about that? The Senate asked, running for re-election in 2024. Oh, McConnell said. That's, and then what? 30 seconds? I think this one, almost 30 seconds of silence. Did you hear the question, Senator, about running for re-election in 2026? McConnell did not snap out of his catatonic state. All right, I'm sorry, you all. The aide said we're going to need a minute. It was the second incident since late July. And again, I knew this would happen. I saw a bunch of lefties, people whom I love and respect, all of them. Their empathy, you have empathy goo. They exploit that from you. They expect you to be human. But they're not. They will never show you the same kindness. The fascists, they want to fucking get rid of every single queer that exists. They're not going to suddenly stop because they see how sad the reality of all this makes. You can see what's happening in Florida. People are having to move their entire families out of the safety of their children, because they happen to have a trans kid, and the medieval style don't say gay bill-esque fucking war on wokeness that Ron DeSantis is touting makes it not safe for them to have a family. And do you see any fucking sympathy there when you see parents crying, children crying, they're losing the house that they grew up in, they don't know what the future holds, all this kind of shit, but they love their children so much that they're willing to go somewhere else to keep their kids safe. Like, my heart goes out to them. That's whom I'm saving my empathy goo for, because goddamn, people like Mitch McConnell have spent a fucking career, a lifetime, not being able to allow people, like, gutting every aspect of the Affordable Care Act that they could, practically trying to run it into the ground. Think of all the people who don't have health care because of the changes that Mitch McConnell made and all the compromises the Obama administration had to do while Mitch McConnell was in power. So, yeah, I'm sorry. I got not a fucking lick of empathy for the fact that they are parading around this old man who's clearly not aware of his surroundings. And hey, that's on them to stop at any time, to say the least. Green went a step further by attacking family members of the aforementioned office holders. These politicians and staff and family members should be ashamed of themselves by enabling and allowing their loved ones to remain in office all to hold power. Again, broken clock. Again, because I'm not in the same team sports as they are. Same thing for Dianne Feinstein. What are we doing? What are we doing here? She has not been present for how many fucking votes at this point?
Do you enjoy the Serfs but prefer not to have to use your eyeballs? Many are saying this. Well, we've got the solution for you. It's the Serf Times in podcast form, available on most major podcasting networks now. If you enjoy it, please consider leaving a good review and feedback, because it really helps the show out, apparently, and it's free, just like the podcast.
Thank you so much for watching, everybody. This show is produced by amazing people like you, and if you want to help us out, please consider donating over at patreon.com/theserfs. The show is made possible thanks to Amazing Fletch, Anna Loves Riley, Ariane McCarthy, Cheryl Alvarez, Doug Cady, Everything Important, Hagbard Celine, Laminia Panza, Matthew Scarborough, Multimondi, Omni, Peanut Butter Blondie, Political Pappy, Quiet 185, Rachel K, Riley and Anna, Roller Dragon, Ruby K, Sir Nickus, Spinach Monster, Stellar Vision, Sebastian Demo, Tech Tink, Trevbot EXE, Words Greenwood, and not to mention all of the amazing and fabulous people you now see before you.